So a lot of you guys, welcome to my channel. You may not know me, you may find this in the viewfinder, I don't know, but right now Tati just submitted a breaking my silence video. I am in the middle of cleaning my beauty room, washing my house, well, washing my clothes and cleaning my house and cooking, and I was listening to her. Literally when she launched the video, I saw it and I genuinely really like her content because it's the makeup content that I really like. Didn't really ever care for all the involvements that she had, but I was really there for her content, and I would often watch her content while I'm cleaning, cooking, like background noise. So anyways, when I saw it pop up in my notifications from YouTube, which is kind of crazy that YouTube was like, hey, Tati posted a video, yet I get no notifications from anybody else, but I got this notification because YouTube knows. We all want to know, Tati, where the hell are you at? So anyways, I literally dropped ginger. Like I was cooking curry and I had mashed up ginger and I dropped it on the floor. It splashed on my face. I still have ginger on my shirt. That's how like halted I am over this whole drama. So by the way, I'm Runa. And let me tell you guys something. I was listening to every word of it. I listened to every ounce of it, everything. I have been a very small beauty influencer for a very long time. I've been creating content for about 7 years, and I do it purely for the love of makeup, the love of fashion, the community. I do it all for that. And I just always found it such a fascinating community, so I stuck to it and I've been here forever, and one day I'll probably make it to my millions, but you know, I don't know, but I do it mostly for passion, and they say follow passion, then happiness comes, and I have been extremely happy. But I'm gonna go back to when James Charles had 10,000 followers back in the days. So he doesn't know me. I knew a couple of people that knew James, and like we all, at this time, it was like, I think it was like Gen Beauty #1 or #2. Beauty influencing world was different. We watched makeup hauls, we watched what's in my purse. That's what we did, right? It was such an amazing time because it was so new, it was so fresh, it was amazing. It was so cool that Karina Garcia came up to me and said that she watches my videos. She was like, hey, I watch you, and her little like I watch you made me just feel like I was amazing. And her sister was like saying, yeah, we watch you, we follow you, and I just thought, I was like, oh, I'm just like this puny little thing and you guys watch me. So it was like that type of phase where everybody just like was very friendly and very cool with each other, right? I was even really cool with, I don't want to mention names because I don't want to cancel people. I'm so against the cancel culture, but I remember James Charles was very sweet. Very sweet. I was hanging out with another influencer that was really cool with him, and they were like a group, and I was hanging out with that group as well. I felt like I was a little too old to hang out with them because of my age. I felt like I was just like, you know, it was just like such a difference. And then they weren't even from LA. I'm a local LA person, and I just feel like when you're not a local LA person, you're just different from LA people. You're more fascinated by the lights in LA, and I'm just kind of like, LA's LA, it's overpriced as fuck. So okay, welcome to LA. So I was hanging out with this person, and I remember at that time that person was really big, right? That person was super big. He was like promising, he was growing. A lot of stuff was going on, and James Charles was still like smaller. You know, he was a small creator, and which all of us were. And this person, I remember I was talking to him, and he was like talking to me about how he just loves my content and how he loves that I post body positive content, and he just thinks it's so much courage. You have so much courage to do that. And he was talking about how he used to be overweight, and you know, we're just like sharing this like it's a common conversation between anyone that's fat. Like, you know, that conversation happens. Like, people always try to tell you you're so confident because you live life. But anyways, so he was like saying all that. James Charles came up. He was really nice to me. He was like, hi, I'm James. And then I was like, hi. And then we started talking for a second. And then they started to talk. And it was more like, hey, you know what? I'm going to go. And he told the guy, he was like, I'm going to go and I'll be back. And then he, you know, in my eyes, they looked like really good friends. Like in my eyes, they looked like really good friends. Like, that's what I thought friendship was. Mind you, I'm much more older than them, and I just feel like maybe my definition of friendship is different, because if you acted like that in real life, you get your ass beat by somebody. Like from where I come from, like you can't be that two-faced, you know? So basically James Charles says bye, and then as soon as James Charles leaves, this person looks at me, okay? Looks at me and he's like, oh my God, I literally can't stand him. He's so annoying. He's like and then he just like kind of like starts going off on how he cannot stand James Charles. And he's like, he's just such a thirsty guy, and he's just so like, all he cares about is like growth, you know? And like, he just wants to, like, he's too driven, and his drivenness was annoying this guy. And he was like, and oh, he's just like all over me and doesn't let me breathe. And I'm like just standing there completely dumbfounded, like, what? Okay, so I was like, okay, like, you're just such a rude guy, you know? So then throughout the whole time of being there, I started to like get introduced to a lot of people. At that time, a lot of them were smaller, and a lot of them are like huge now, right? I don't want to drop names, not gonna drop names, because we don't do, because as soon as you drop names, it's like becomes like a cancel culture. I don't want to do that. So I continuously started to hang out with people, and the number one thing I constantly kept hearing from everybody was talking about how James Charles was so annoying, right? But one thing I did notice is makeup brands really loved James Charles, because of course he was networking, and he was trying to build his content, build his career. He dreamt of having a career like Michelle Phan, or he dreamt of having a career like Desi Perkins. Like, that's who was popular at the time, so he wanted to have that too. So he was very driven, but everyone else hated him for his drivenness and the amount of shit talking that was happening about him, but mind you, he was very, very young. Like, he was still in high school, and these other people, they were like probably 18 to 20, maybe 24, or like they were out of high school already, and basically just picking on this young kid. Everything fast forward, James Charles goes on to CoverGirl, he becomes huge, and I'm like, dang, I know that kid, I remember him. And that's always the image that I get of James Charles, is how much he was bullied when he first came into the beauty community, because nobody wants to be mean to a high school kid, right? Who's gonna be mean to a high school kid? Nobody wants to be a bully. Like, what the hell? So they would just do it behind his back. I'm sure it would get back to him, and poor kid, right? But he still started to grow, he still started to do everything, and people were coming for him. The drama community started, and then Jeffree Star. I've never physically ever have met Jeffree Star. My only encounter with Jeffree Star ever was in his comment section when he was launching his lipsticks. He was launching his lipsticks, and he used to talk major shit about drugstore lipstick, because he would see that, oh, people would sell it for $5, so he would like shit on drugstore because he was about to launch a $20 lipstick line. So he would, you know, shit on it. And me, I'm like super positive. So when he was shitting on it, I just commented, I'm like, dude, some people are gonna buy the $5 lipstick, and some people are still gonna buy the $20 lipstick. It's okay. You don't need to like downsize people's taste. Like, it doesn't have to be like that. You just gotta let consumers choose what they want. But he went at me, like, he just went like, who the fuck asked you? Or he said something about that's what simple people say, or that's what basic hoes say. You know, he's catty as fuck. Whatever. That is perfectly fucking fine with me, you know? I didn't care. He didn't matter to me. I tried his cosmetic line several times, and the only thing I've ever liked from Jeffree Star is his highlighters, and everything else I wasn't really there for him, even though he speaks to like being so authentic. And then I continued to watch his YouTube channel, because he's authentic, he's real, blah blah blah. Yeah, sometimes he's real, sometimes he's not. I think he is very money driven, money motivated, and that's gonna show through Tati's video. And a lot of the things that Tati, oh, and then another story is I saw Tati at a Beautycon. Do they still do Beautycon? I saw Tati at Beautycon, and she was doing a presentation, and I don't know why these things happen to me. I don't know why these things happen to me. Maybe because I'm like a really friendly person. But I was at Beautycon, and I was standing I was in the bathroom, and I could hear like a conversation happening between people, and it was basically a conversation of struggle, a conversation of kind of like, I've been at this for so long, and everybody knows Tati worked really hard to get to where she's at. Tati was never like she wasn't like mainstream popular for a long time. She was just someone you knew that was OG YouTuber. And I thought that was so insulting, because we did a whole there was like a whole talk, and they called her an OG YouTuber, and Patrick Star, Manny MUA, and who else was it? Desi Perkins, all them. They were like the up and coming. And when people say OG YouTuber, it makes the person that works so hard feel like they're not worth anything, right? And feel like, oh, their career's over. When for Tati at that time, that was just the beginning of her career, right? So I could hear like the venting happening in the bathroom stall. And when I come out, I see Tati and some other girl. I think it was I forgot her name, but I just didn't say anything. I was like, okay, I just kind of left out, and like I understood. I was like, peace. I totally understand the hustle. I totally understand why we can't explain why one team grows more, one team doesn't grow more. Like, we can't explain that, right? And I know, like, when you're an entrepreneur, you always get like these really insecure feelings, especially when you're doing YouTube. I've had these insecure feelings, right? So I just left the bathroom, and I was like, whatever. And then when I was leaving the bathroom, I went in to get in line to go do something else. And I was in line with another influencer. She's a fitness influencer. And she was literally downsizing another influencer, because that influencer was it was like when boys in makeup was coming in. Like, a lot of guys were wearing boys in makeup, which is kind of weird, because I feel like men have been wearing makeup for a long time. But I do understand it wasn't as mainstream. And Manny MUA, Mac Daddy, all of them, they made it a lot more mainstream. Patrick Star, they made it a lot more mainstream, of course. But this specific fitness influencer, she was literally talking shit about boys wearing makeup. And I felt so awkward, because I saw no problem with men wearing makeup. So now that you guys know, like, kind of like my background, all the things that I've seen, it's not surprising that this type of drama happened with Tati. Tati being manipulated by Shane Dawson. By the way, I went to high school with Shane Dawson. I don't know him. I never met him. I think he's like 2 years younger than me, and I just don't remember him. I kind of remember a kid that looked like Shane Dawson, but in high school he wasn't really he wasn't really someone I knew. We didn't even hang out in the same crowds. So yeah, but I did go to high school with him, but which is weird, because I was like, damn, that's kind of like weird. I didn't even like, I just wanted to give you guys my raw feelings and my raw opinions. So anyways, like I was saying, I understand why James Charles became entitled. I understand why James Charles became kind of like, I'm the shit, ha ha ha, give me the credit. It's because they all treated him like crap. They treated him like shit. They treated him like he was nothing. And they treated him like he didn't have or shouldn't earn the type of success he was getting. You know, like it was pure jealousy. But when people are jealous, they react different. And when people are jealous, it's come from a sense of scarcity. Just because James Charles getting all this success doesn't mean he's taking away from anyone else's success. But people were very jealous of him for that. He was a young kid, and he spoke to a very specific demographic. And that was the majority of YouTubers, right? That watch YouTube are 14-year-olds, young kids watch YouTube, and that's who he catered to, and that was his demographic. So why be jealous of him, right? Why be jealous of him? He was doing his best. He was working hard, and part of working hard sometimes It's strategizing. And I don't think people understand that. Like, you gotta strategize to win in life. And he was just really good at strategizing. And he just took his strategizing to the next level. And that doesn't mean you guys can't, but, you know, he did. So I saw a lot of jealousy. So I saw where his entitlement came from, and it came from most likely like that subtle forms of, you know, bullying. Now, I can only tell you guys what I saw. I can't be like, oh yeah, for sure this happened. Maybe he found out. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe they did show him love. Maybe it's just not what I saw. I saw more of like an animosity of jealousy amongst him and his friends, and people talking behind his back like nonstop at events, which is crazy because you just said hi to that person. Yeah, and then also, and then the whole Tati conversation in the bathroom. So I know Tati kind of like, in my impression, she's kind of always been insecure. I don't want to say insecure. No, insecure is like a very harsh word. I mean, like, she's been very guarded about her career, how hard she worked for it. And she's always been so, like, very strategic in her growth. And she always wanted to make sure she wasn't offending anyone. She wanted to make sure she worked hard. She wanted to make sure she earned that, you know, that title that she had and that worth that she had. And she defines her career as herself. Like, her worth is based on her career. Like, that's how she defines herself. That's the impression that I got. I might be wrong. So when she is already working so hard to grow her platforms forever, she's been working so hard, and now she sees, like, there's Jeffree Star, there's James Charles, there's Jackie Aina, there's Jaclyn Hill, there's all these like amazing characters in the beauty community that are really, really big. She wanted to be a part of it. And one of the things that everybody talks about is networking and being a part of it, and true growth comes from collabing and all that stuff, right? So she probably was really dreaming of her success too. She was like, I want to succeed. I want to get big, and I also want to be, you know, one of the names, and I want to be seen. That's so natural. Everybody wants that. And it's so fucked up that people like Jeffree Star, I'm gonna hold Jeffree Star all the way fucking accountable, because I'm so fucking tired of giving him the benefit of the doubt. Because I always gave him the benefit of the doubt. Every time I would watch a documentary series, I'd be like, oh, like, I feel bad for him. Maybe he's just so pained. And I truly believe that. I truly believe when people are pained, they act stupid. They act crazy like Jeffree Star. But no, after watching Tati's video and seeing how hurt she is, and I've seen Tati off camera, behind scene, in her natural, like, you know, like, just being normal Tati, and I've never gotten like this evil energy from her. But I definitely want to hold Jeffree Star accountable, because I feel like he is always the center of these issues. He's always the person that's doing something, creating something. Like, how fucking messy is that? Like, don't talk about other influencers to other influencers, especially when you guys are all in the same influencing together. It happens. Sometimes you get frustrated with someone else, and you get frustrated with someone else, and then you share it. That happens. But don't be so freaking messy. And I think the whole time they were just antagonizing Tati, because they knew Tati was what she's known for, having the most honest reviews. Her integrity is like her career. That is what they knew. They did. I literally think they have like a board, and they're like, Tati, integrity. If Tati comes for James, everyone will believe her. If I come for James, Jeffree Star is like, if I come for James, no one's gonna believe me. They're just gonna be like, oh, you're fucking jealous. If Shane Dawson comes for James, they're just not gonna really care, because they're like, who's Shane Dawson? Why the fuck is he even like in the beauty community talking right now, right? I think Jeffree Star is 100% the one to be held accountable for this whole thing. I think Shane Dawson had no fucking idea what was going on. He was like, he's always been a hustler when it came to YouTube. He got sucked in because he saw like, wow, like, I'm getting all this success from all these, you know, these scandal videos, these scandal documentaries. This is like a really good thing. He found his niche. So he saw it go down, and then he got a hold of it. He got, you know, into it with Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson, and they became friends. And through that, I think Shane Dawson is very, very, like, he can be impressioned on very easily. He can be reached very easily. I think Jeffree Star was heavily influential onto Shane Dawson. I think Shane Dawson also comes from a very struggling background like Tati, and they struggle to create their careers on YouTube. And let me fucking tell you guys, creating a career on YouTube is not easy. It's really hard. It's super time consuming. You're working for years for basically for free. Brands treat you like shit. They tell you you're not worth it. All this stuff behind the scenes happens, but then they turn on the camera and they're super happy. They're applying their makeup and they're giving you the entertainment that they feel you deserve. They're creating a community that they also want to belong in, and they want you to belong in it as well. So you got two people, two vulnerable people, Shane Dawson and Tati. You got two of them, right? They're both very vulnerable people. They're both known for their integrity. They're both known for their truth. Jeffree Star, he's like the beauty tycoon. He knows everybody, knows everything. He plays dirty. So you got these two vulnerable people that he gets close to, because he already knows if he's gonna get close to them, he's gonna have to like shed his truth and show how he's changed and admit to his stuff and, you know, go on the path of truth. Jeffree Star is gonna have to do that. And so he did it. And then he got both of them on his side. He saw Jeffree Star and he saw Shane. He was like, I could totally make some money off of you. So he got Shane. He probably saw Shane had that vulnerability because maybe Shane was a struggling YouTuber. Believe it or not, there are YouTubers with millions of followers that are not making that much money and they're struggling. And maybe Shane was one of them. And he just took it, and I'm pretty sure it wasn't premeditated from Jeffree. I think it was more like, okay, I need a network and I need to make my shit happen. I need to make my shit pop off. And this little kid, James Charles, is threatening my career, threatening my position, and I need to protect my position because that's what people think, right? Even though like movie stars don't think like that. Movie stars and celebrities don't fucking think like that. They're like, oh, we're just gonna, you know, we're just gonna be here and we're gonna be happy with who we are and we don't need to be the top. You don't see such extensive drama with Hollywood, right? It's there, but the most drama I've ever seen in Hollywood is like very minimal. It's not even that as dramatic as it is in the beauty community, especially with YouTubers. So he was feeling threatened by his career because in his brain, in Jeffree Star's brain, scarcity is such a big thing. And he thinks that, oh, this little kid's gonna come take my career. Well, I need to protect myself. So he went and got two of the very most honest YouTubers that are known for their integrity. He went and grabbed them and brought them onto his little team. And then he attacked the little person, James Charles. He attacked him indirectly by taking over his team because he was threatened by James Charles. And I'm not saying James Charles is innocent. I have watched James Charles say some fucked up shit. I've watched him say some things that is inappropriate, but also James Charles is really young. He's 17. I think he just turned 21. He's a child. I'm going to be very real. He is a child. Jeffree Star is not. Jeffree Star is not. He's a full fucking adult. You need to hold him fucking accountable. Stop fucking supporting him. He's ridiculous. I supported him for a very long time because I really wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt. Every fucking time I wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt because I was like, you know, maybe he's not that bad of a person. Maybe he's just pained. Maybe, you know, he's just, you know, going through stuff. I've often been, you know, taken the wrong way by people, and people have often mistaken me or taken me the wrong way. And I'm like, oh, maybe Jeffree Star is just taken the wrong way. He's not taken the right way. So I always thought that about him, but no. He is pure evil. Pure evil. Like, now that everything's coming together, I'm like, no, how can so many times this one fucking person have so many fucking issues? Like, I don't get it. So Jackie Aina, I just want to say to you guys, Jackie Aina, though, on camera, behind scenes, she is a super nice person. She's super genuine. She is super kind. She's constantly always being very, like, introducing herself like, hi, I'm Jackie. Very, very nice. Like, she's not like a social climber. I've never seen anything negative from her anytime I've been at any of these events. She's always been super, super kind. And, you know, she's the type of person you can't get the impression that, like, oh, that person doesn't like me. Like, you don't get that impression from her. You just get like she's a really nice person, and she's very well mannered and just a really sweet person. So I was very shocked when people kept dragging her into drama, because she seems like a very unproblematic person when you see her off camera. And I feel like that's the truest version of people, is when they're off camera and they're just like going through. You can't script your everyday life. Like, you can't script it. And I was very surprised that people would come for her, but I understand why people come for her, because she speaks a lot of truth. She speaks up against things that are wrong. She speaks up for herself. She speaks up for the community. She speaks up for Black lives. She speaks up, and I think that's why people don't tend to like her. Well, not people, but the community doesn't tend to like her, because she speaks up. And I'm really glad that Tati apologized to Jackie Aina, because that was very, very, very needed. I think a lot of people need to apologize to her, because her intentions was never to ruin careers or ruin anything. Even with her movement of Pull Up, it's not to ruin brands or boycott brands. It was never that. It was just to hold people accountable, to say, hey, you know what? We have done it wrong all this time, but we can do it right. We can change. And that's all I feel like Jackie Aina has ever been doing. Like, you don't ever see her out here trying to change, you know, cancel people and be at each other's necks and don't support this person, don't support that person. And, you know, I'm going to completely say, like, I don't want to say don't support Jeffree Star anymore. What I want to say is hold him accountable. Like, truthfully accountable. You're going to keep doing this. If you're going to keep having all this drama, if you're going to be so problematic, we can't buy from you no more. We can't be affiliated with you anymore. Brands, hold him accountable. Don't keep collaborating with him and doing stuff with him. And even influencers, don't feed into the glorious Jeffree Star image because you feel like he's gonna build your career. He built his career on his own. Jeffree Star built his career on his own. Yeah, Kat Von D helped him, maybe. Who knows? She's problematic too. But he also built his career on his own. Majority of these people build their careers on their own. They work their asses off. So don't ever just stay silent because you're scared of losing your career, because it's gonna haunt you. Eventually you're gonna grow. You have the ambition, you have the passion, you're gonna grow, and people are gonna take advantage of you. And when you are big, this shit is gonna come flying back to you. So do not. I definitely think I don't want to like break it. I think you guys should go watch Tati's video. It's gonna be linked down below. I definitely think like you should never be scared to lose your career when you're gonna do the right thing. And I think Tati coming forward and breaking her silence and maybe destroying her career, becoming vulnerable for Jeffree Star to attack her, which he's going to, and he's probably going to release some receipts. He's probably going to create some receipts, because also, you guys, we live in a time where Photoshop is a thing, and you could like literally recreate these texts and recreate these tweets. Go onto YouTube and Google how to manipulate tweets. You'll find videos all about manipulating tweets, manipulating receipts, manipulating so much. Like, if you know how to use PicMonkey, you'll see how easy it is to manipulate shit. Like, it's so freaking easy. Yeah, this was like my raw feelings, my raw reaction to her video, and kind of messed up what he did. Jeffree Star did to her. Go watch her video. I will probably film another one of these where I watch the whole thing over again and I react. I really wanted to watch it and react to it at the same time, but honestly, her video is 40 minutes long. And I can't just sit down for 40 minutes and watch a video. I had to like listen to it as I was cooking and doing stuff, so I couldn't like just sit there and do a full reaction video to her. But those are my thoughts. I was all over the place. I'm so sorry, you guys, but I hope it was like a fun conversation to have, something fun to think about. Do I think Jeffree Star is evil? Oh, definitely. Do I think Jeffree Star orchestrated all this? Oh, fucking yes. Do I think he manipulated Shane Dawson? Yes. Do I think Shane Dawson is innocent? No. Do I think Tati is innocent? No. Do I think James Charles is innocent? No. I think they all were greedy, and they all just basically fed off of each other, you know? And at the end of the day, it was the result of money. And I think the solution moving forward, we gotta let it go. we gotta forgive people. We gotta stop making people so, you know, we gotta stop like making it so problematic for people to be honest and raw and speak of their fear. We really gotta stop doing that, and we just gotta let people like do what they gotta do and be the versions they need to be, and not keep on putting all these false society standards on people. We need to stop doing that. And that's my truth. And Tati said that's her truth too, but like I'm saying, like that's my opinion, that's my true opinion. And let me know if you guys like these type of commentary videos. This is my first time ever doing this, and I'm finally doing it because I was so invested in this drama, because I was like, what the fuck? Like, why are these people doing this? Because I have dreams, and like I've always dreamed of having a channel like Tati's, like be a brown girl Tati, you know, because I do also feel like there's not enough brown influencers that are at the top and as influential, you know what I mean? So I've always dreamed of having a career like hers, and when I see her go through so much, it's like I have to sell my soul to be famous, or like not even famous, to have a successful YouTube career, you know? Like if I have to sell my soul, I don't want it. I don't fucking want it. I just want to be honest. I want to be raw. I want to say what's on my mind and what's my opinion of things. I want you guys to correct me. I want us to have a conversation. I want it to be an open conversation, and I want us to learn from each other. So when I saw her last year post that video about James Charles, I was disappointed in her. I was disappointed. I thought she was being extra. I thought she was very unnecessary. You know, very, very, very unnecessary. I think it was okay for her to, you know, post something about her feelings, what's going on between me and James. I definitely think she should have rested on it. I think she responded too fast because she wanted to give you guys the results, give her followers the results, give everybody the results they're looking for. I think that was like why she just responded so fast, and she posted something so fast. And I think this time her apology was filled with a lot of crying. That was, and she said she was trying not to cry, but she usually doesn't cry like heavily, but she was like, you could just tell the pain and the fear, and you could tell in the video that she's just so scared to come forward, because she's just like, oh my god, he's going to, like, she's that scared of Jeffree Star. And I don't think it's okay to ever be in an industry that you are scared of somebody so much. It should never be like that. It's unhealthy. When I saw Nikki Tutorial's coming out video and her saying somebody blackmailed her into confessing that she was transgender, that was just fucked up. And I just wish the beauty community wasn't like this. And it makes me really, really sad, because these are people that I came in to watch. I fantasized about being like, I was inspired to be like, I worked my ass off to be like them, and I keep wanting to grow my channel, but now I'm like, I don't know. But at the same time, I know better. Like, I've never been the type to really give in, and that's another reason why you guys don't see me do a lot of collaborations. Like, because I rather build a relationship with somebody before I ever say, hey, let's collab, let's be friends, let's do this, let's do that. I think in the beauty world, the intention is to, hey, let's make friends in hopes of collabing, right? It's always like that with everybody. It's like, I want to be your friend in hopes of collabing, but nobody gets real personal with each other ever. It's more like, hey, I want to just be friends, and then I'm going to collab with you, and then we'll see from there. Right? And then they never talk to you again. I've had that happen to me several times, where people just want to be my friends, or they need something at the moment, and then they never talk to me again. It's very, very common in the beauty industry. Making friends in the beauty industry is really, really hard. And if you become top beauty people, it's even harder. And now you're surrounded by people that don't want you to be at the top, and they just basically want to cut your throat. So that was my opinions. I don't know if it makes a difference for you guys, but just know that not everybody in the community is like this, and I'm really sorry that it's like this right now, and we're gonna recover for this. We're gonna move on from this, and this is not gonna be our constant, because it can't be our constant. It really is got to go. All this drama got to go. Yeah, so that was my opinion. I definitely think that it was just a lot of pain and a lot of craziness. And I don't think anybody's innocent. I think everybody's crazy in some form of way that for this whole video. And I definitely want to say the major person that needs to be held accountable is Jeffree Star. Like, he needs to be held accountable. And you know, it's serious. It is. And I'm still speechless that this man is so insecure about his position, so insecure that his company is not gonna do well, which is so fucking stupid because he always talks about, I have the best products in the world. Yeah, so why are you so insecure? Why are you so insecure? Why are you so insecure about your company? Why? Why are you so insecure? I don't get it. So I'm going to talk to you guys later. I love you guys so much. Thank you for coming here. If you guys want me to do more commentary videos, I will. I'm sorry I came on looking like a hot mess, because I had to just I had to keep my feelings in me, so, and just spill them out for you guys. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.